Warning, the following views expressed on this program belong to that of the cast and crew of Ohio's on Fire and not of any other station or program affiliated with this show. Ohio, I think we have a problem. This show, where Ohio throws down. Ohio's on fire. We are back live once again. I am your host, Daniel Diesel. We're doing another live show here. It's Thursday night. I'm excited. I love doing this. I hope you enjoyed my new opener. Really rocking, really exciting. Anyway, if you do not know already, this is the show where Ohio throws down. We are all about entertainment and honesty from the state of Ohio. Do the best we can every week, make you learn, make you excited, make you everything you want to feel. But anyway, I'm going to do my best tonight. We got a lot of stuff in store tonight that I planned myself personally. For one, we got OMVP. It will be back this week. That's coming up later on. Also, I'm going to do original commentary over an obscured game show clips. And then tonight, we got a special guest. He is a young comedian in the Dayton, Ohio area, Travis Clyburn. He will be here. We'll interview him around 7:35ish. So that's that. And then we got the final message, which is towards the end of the show. We're on from 7 to 9, but you should already know. We have to start out. First thing first, we start out with talking to Ohio. We have to have a talk to Ohio. Talk about things that's going on with myself or things interesting in the state of Ohio. And this has been really big news in the state of Ohio, especially throughout the East Coast and the football world. But anyway, Ben Roethlisberger, he's the starting quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers. That is, he was a starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That may not be true by the end of tonight. With tonight being an NFL draft, it's been huge rumors since he was suspended for 6 games for his off-field conduct, which he got suspended just yesterday. Pittsburgh is shopping him around, and he might be gone tomorrow, or even by tonight even. And there's a lot of speculation where he might go to if he doesn't stay with Pittsburgh. The other big thing is that one of the teams he might land up on is the Cleveland Browns right here in Ohio. And it would be a return to Ohio for Ben Roethlisberger because he was the starting quarterback for the Miami Redhawks while he was in college football, which is an Ohio college. So he is Ohio born and made, and he could be coming back to the state of Ohio, although it'd be under weird circumstances for doing something he probably shouldn't have done. And it's also controversy too because he did get off. He is not going to go to jail. The officers say he had no wrongdoing, and yet Roger Goodell is suspending him for 6 ball games for this upcoming season. No matter what team he winds up playing for, he's got to be benched for 6 games. That's kind of really harsh. A lot of people think. I don't think it seemed like apparently he didn't do anything wrong, but he's simply getting punished because he went to a nightclub. That does kind of concern me, especially with I feel like the NFL players are losing their freedoms every day. It's another strict ruling from the new regime of Commissioner Roger Goodell and whoever works under him. I really think it is brutal because he didn't hurt anybody. I think if he went to suspend him, I thought maybe he was going to get maybe 2 games. But 6 games, that's almost half a season. I do not quite agree with that. But, oh well, such is life. I'm not Ben Roethlisberger. I guess he'll be okay. I just think it's unfair, but it's really big news. But if anywho, at least if he does get traded from Pittsburgh, at least the Bengals and the Browns won't have to deal with him anymore on the opposing team. Unless he gets traded to the Bengals or the Browns. He should be traded to the Bengals because Carson Palmer, he's always getting injured. If he hurts himself, the Bengals will need a good quarterback to back him up. And Ben Roethlisberger, who knows with this big suspension, if he goes to a new team, he doesn't do very well. His time as a mainstream starter it could be done for. He might have to become a regular backup. And he'd be quite a backup. So, who knows, maybe the Bengals should trade a third-round pick for him. Make him be Carson Palmer's backup. That'd be awesome. Then we have two great quarterbacks. So that'd be good. Just wishful thinking. So I wanted to get that out there. That's been a really big news story throughout Ohio. I'm hearing people talk about in the classrooms. Oh, I can't believe it, Roethlisberger. Oh, no. But he's not going to die. He'll be all right. He makes enough money. But there's another thing I want to talk about. A weird news story that took place, I think, a few days ago. But over at Ohio State University, some livestock went wild. I'll read this news article. It comes from, I got it from Google. But in Columbus, Ohio, 2 cows got loose on the Ohio State University campus, leading some students to skip classes just to watch the roundup of cows, which lasted more than 90 minutes. Police say the pair of belted Galway cows got away Wednesday afternoon as their owner was trying to take them to the university's veterinary medical center to have their hooves trimmed. They made their way into a soccer field where one of them was lassoed as students cheered "Ole." Wow, that sounds fun. The other ran across traffic on a bridge and settled underneath a grove of trees. It was caught after Columbus Zoo veterinarian hit it with a tranquilizer dart. Aww, that's unfortunate. Anyway, the owner took the cows back home. The police officer was treated for a shoulder injury. Uh-oh. And everyone lived happily ever after. I had that last part up. Well, that sounds fun. I like looking at cows when I'm on the road. And now they're out of college. Okay, how they get loose to begin with? These cows, I think they're, well, they injured a police officer in the shoulder, so maybe they got trained by a mixed martial arts fighter to do those wild kicks and headbutts on the college students. These cows might be jacked up on steroids. And then they got ornery. They broke through the steel fence that covers them. But I guess everything's okay. They didn't kill nobody. But it's really funny, though. I like to have seen that. You know, we need some cows to break loose here on the campus of Wright State University. That'd be so great. I can see the scene now. Just all the fraternity and sorority ladies, fraternity guys, and all the groups. People are mind their own business. Then all of a sudden, some cows, some steer, they just run amok out of nowhere. They go moo. Let me try to moo. Moo, moo. Plenty of mooing going on. That'd be something to watch. I'd like to see that. I don't know. I don't think Wright State's near a farm, but that'll have to remain to be seen. Yeah, cows. I don't know about that. I guess better cows than dinosaurs. But anyway, enough on that. And once again, like I mentioned, the Ben Roethlisberger story, really huge. He might be traded tonight, maybe in a few minutes, because I think the draft starts around 7:40, so he'll get traded probably. And of course, I want to talk about the Reds. They're not doing too good. Their starting pitchers are not. They're not performing well. The Reds are now 6-9, and their starters have the worst ERA in all of baseball when it comes to innings pitched and all that mumbo jumbo. The Reds, I think they got to trade all the starters, at least all the veteran starters. I think Aaron Harang, he's now 0-3 with an ERA of over 8. They're probably going to release him in June. I think they should, but because he's not doing very well. And Bronson Royal, he'll probably get traded. He's still kind of decent. They'll probably trade him. I can see it now. The Reds, this is probably another rebuilding year. They can't keep up with these big market teams. It seems they just can't. The Yankees, they can buy everyone they want at $250 billion. The Reds, they'd be lucky if they exceed their payroll of $60 million some years. It's just not good, and you absolutely have to win all the time so they can fill up the stadium, which they're not. I think the other night there was like maybe 1,000 people in the audience if they're lucky. It's just not good. I want them to do well. That's my baseball team, but they're just struggling once again. Now it is time for everyone's favorite segment. It is back. Everyone's kicking and screaming. They're throwing rocks at the windshields. We need to call security because everyone's going nuts over this. It is now time for MVP, and that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Ooh, oh, new music alert. Check it out. See, let me get. I don't think it's right. Oh, wait. Is that the right song? Yeah, there we go. I didn't get the right. Here we go. Here we go. The right part. MVP. He's like nuts. All right, MVP. It is. We give it to someone from the state of Ohio that does something interesting, something that's mostly positive, newsworthy, or something that was really funny, something off the charts. So anyway, and this week we're giving it. If you watch American Idol, someone by the name of Crystal Bowersock, she is dominating American Idol this year. She is indeed from the state of Ohio. If you did not know that. She's awesome this year. I've heard some of her stuff, not a bunch, but she's. But I tell you, there's one thing that caught my attention. Did something recently. She's. I said she is from the state of Ohio. She inspires fans to donate $5,000 to Ohio charity. I got this news story, so I'll read off. It's a really quick one. But Crystal Bowersox appealed to fans to support an Ohio camp that she holds dear. American Idol standout Bowersox, who is an Elliston, Ohio native, attended the camp as a child. Last night, local organizers responded. An Elliston, Ohio crowd presented a check of $5,000 on Wednesday to a diabetes youth service group, which runs cancer children who have diabetes, according to the Freeman, Ohio News Messenger. I was floored, said Susan Harms, director of DYS. Bowersox asked me for the proceeds for the t-shirts bearing her name to go to us. It's priceless. She's a role model. She is an idol. Bowersox also floored judges Tuesday night when she performed a bluesy version of Curtis Mayfield's People Get Ready. During the inspirational theme episode, the singer considered a front-runner in this off-kilter season, grew teary as the song concluded. It worked. Bowersox survived, eliminating the following evening as fellow idol. Let me say it again. Bowersox survived elimination the following evening as fellow idol Tim Urbane was sent home for receiving the least amount of votes from the audience. All that good stuff. So Crystal Bowersox, she's still American Idol. I believe she's in the final 6. Not only that, but she did a cool thing, really neat thing, by urging people to donate to a charity she cares about right here in the state of Ohio, here in over in Elliston, Ohio. That's really cool of her. So, Crystal Bowersox, not only are you a possible American Idol, not only are you an idol and superhero to Elliston, Ohio, not only do you have an incredible singing voice, but Crystal Bowersox, you are, wait for it, MVP for this week. Congratulations. Round of applause. You can't hear him. There's 100 million people in the audience. They're cheering for you. You're MVP for this week. Congratulations. Let's play the music again. Yes. MVP, baby. All for you. Alright, that was cool. Alright. So Crystal Bowersox is the MVP. And with that, we're about to go to another musical break. But up next, when we come back live, we will have comedian Travis Clyburn. He'll be here in the studio. We will interview him. It'll be fun. He's a young comedian. He'll be here. You can call him with questions for him. Call it 775-5555. But he is coming up next. But we'll be right back with some more Ohio's on Fire. And I am your host, Daniel Diesel. You're listening to WSU 106.9 FM. Dayton's right choice. For like I said, you are a comedian in this area. You travel for Al, and you're only 20 years old. Yeah. What made you decide to become a comedian? How old were you?
Well, what really made me decide was I wanted to direct first off, and I took a film and editing class when I went to CTC for it, MVCTC, and then it kind of evolved from there because every video I would make was really funny. And everyone said I should be a comedian, so I just kind of started to do that. And I've been taking improv classes for probably 4 years now.
Okay.
And and then just about 10 months ago is when I decided to hit the stage
Okay.
and try my hand at open mic and at Wiley's.
Awesome. Well, in a short time, you've done really well. You got some videos up, and you got quite a following on your MySpace. I mean, you're on your way. I mean, you look like a natural. So, I mean, I think you're not in the wrong profession. You got something going for you. Now, anyway, the comedy that you do, what is it? What style is it? What is your comedy all about?
Well, mainly everything that I do is about me and just my family and stuff. And I do a lot of fat jokes, because who doesn't love fat jokes,
Oh.
And I'm a big fat guy, so so yeah, I have to always do as many fat jokes as I can. I probably have 30 solid minutes of fat jokes, just me making fun of my fatness, and then obviously my family, like my dad is a character.
Okay.
And I'm also kind of a ranter, which, if something, makes me mad or whatever, I like to rant about it. And usually those rants are funny, so I've been writing a lot of material like that recently, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now anyway, since you've been touring, I gotta ask, what was your favorite place to play at, and what was your worst place to play at?
My favorite place is always Wiley's in downtown Dayton.
Wiley's.
That's like my home club, basically.
Okay.
I did a DVD taping there, and it's always a great crowd. And the worst place that I've ever done was a moose lodge one time, which was filled with hootin' hollering drunk rednecks that wouldn't listen to the show. Anytime you do a bar show, it's hit or miss. Sometimes they're a good crowd, sometimes they're drunk and doing whatever. But this was one of those crowds that, would heckle you non-stop. They would just not shut up. And that was it's fun to make fun of them, though, when you're on stage, but when no one's listening, it's just you making fun of a guy, and he's the only one talking to you. So, it's really in the butt.
Now, I was just curious, did they throw beer bottles at you, these rednecks? Did they get violent with you?
No, usually they don't. I think it's because I'm kind of a big guy. I don't know. But I have seen them with other comedians. They'll just walk on stage and grab the microphone.
Yeah.
And just, start I'm funnier than you. You're not funny at all. And then, and I've never seen it turn violent yet. But
okay.
It's a potential. Right?
All right. Well, that's all right. Well, we care about your well-being here on Ohio's on Fire. Just curious. Now, would by any chance can I get you to do a knock-knock joke?
A knock-knock joke?
Or is that above you?
I think it may be above me. I don't think I know any knock-knock jokes, as a matter of fact. No, I have none. I have none on.
All right, we just gotta go see Zach then. I was trying to see if I can get a freebie from you. But I just got okay. Now this next question, I want to know if you had a time machine, you can go anywhere in the world you wanted to. Where would you go and why?
I would probably have to say to the prehistoric era.
Okay.
Because I really want to see what a dinosaur actually looked like. And ride one. That is my dream to ride a dinosaur.
Ride one. All right. Well, then let me elaborate with this question. If you did have a time machine, would you use the phone booth they have in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Would you use the DeLorean from Back to the Future? Or would you use the hot tub time machine?
Well, the hot tub time machine.
Yes.
It's got to be.
That's everyone's favorite. Yes, everyone answers that.
Yeah.
It's a hot tub. Why not? And, I think dinosaurs, aren't they allergic to hot water or something? So that could be your weapon against the dinosaurs.
They may be. I'm really not. I don't know a dinosaur. Do you know a dinosaur? I don't know.
I don't know one personally. But I know from history books they had their likes and dislikes. So I don't know. I could hope. Hey, but they're distinct. Something happened because I think it was a hot volcano ball from outer space that killed them. So it was hot water. So hot water. There you go. That's your weapon.
Yes.
But anyway, all right. Who's your favorite comedian and why? Who's one of your favorite comedians?
I'd have to say my favorite actor-comedian would be Chris Farley. He was a big inspiration. I mean, he's not alive right now, but I mean, he is another big guy, and then his whole thing. I mean, the presence that he brings to every movie that he ever did. And
Yeah.
stuff like that, and just the physical comedy and stuff. Which it's hard to do physical comedy when you're doing stand up, but I mean, with every clip I do, I try to do physical comedy and stuff like that. So
Awesome. Physical comedy.
yes.
Okay, now, you are a resident here of Ohio. This is a important question I ask a lot of Ohioans. Is there anything in your neighborhood or maybe throughout Ohio that you think can change or improve greatly? What is it and why?
Probably the education system. I mean, like the funding for education in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of crap. Like even in our town, like we had trouble passing levies and stuff like that for the school board. And
Yeah.
because of it, like we had to cut busing.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had to cut a lot of stuff, and like I think like 23 teachers in the high school got laid off.
Oh.
And when my graduating class was 75 people. So, I mean, it's not a lot of people at all. So when you have a school that's that small, 23 teachers is a really big deal. So, I mean, just the funding for education and the education system itself.
Well, I totally agree with that. The funding here, well, for high schools mostly, they damage it the most, and some colleges have trouble with money also. I agree, especially, I know there was a Dayton school, I think, okay, I'm just waving to my buddies out there. Anyway, I think it was Huber Heights area. I think last year they got rid of 100 teachers. So, or close to all staff. I don't know if it was all teachers, like faculty and staff. And of course, colleges, we've had to release some people. I agree. I think some more money needs to be brought in. Then more of an effort should be made to bring in money for small schools, such as the one you came from that you know of. I agree, man. Yeah, more money for schools. All right. Do you do impersonations? Can I get you to? I want you to do a freebie somehow. Do you do any?
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I got a joke. Well, I'll set up a whole joke. It goes like this.
Okay.
I used to be a security guard at St. Vincent Homeless Shelter.
Yeah.
In downtown Dayton, and it's weird because I pretty much know every single homeless person in downtown Dayton, pretty much by name and by scent.
Yeah.
'Cause I smell beef jerky and shame. Larry, what's going on, Larry? Oh, nothing much. Woke up naked again. Them elves took my clothes. Elves, huh? Were they of the Keebler variety? No, they were tiny and blue and had little white pants. Also, they were Smurfs. They were Smurfs. Yeah, that's the one. And then they stole a bunch of I ate a bunch of their little houses, and now I don't know where I am. Because they're mushrooms. Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, there you go. I got the free. I'll clap my one hand. Yay. There's actually 20 million people here. You can hear them clapping. But good joke. That's we got their freebie. But anyway, there is going to be a second part to this interview. But we got to go to break right now, though. You can call if you have questions for this young man, Travis Clyburn. He a comedian, 20 years old, very sexy. I don't know about that, but anyway, you can call in with questions for him. We are back. We're a show where Ohio throws down, Ohio's on fire, and I'm still here with Travis Clyburn. And we did have a caller ask a question during the break, so thank you for that. And we also played a clip of him when he was younger. It was the only one that was radio safe because our friend here is kind of a potty mouth, but that's okay. I like that sort of thing. Just we got to be careful. But anyway, we're going to do something now. This is a segment I debuted last week. It's a little thing called Fun in Ohio. And Travis Clyburn, I asked him what things he wanted to do on the air that was fun related and something that'd be interesting. And we agreed he's going to read a famous speech. And you guys that know him at home will know what it is the moment he reads it. So you'll know what it is, but he's going to read it. So I'm going to ask him to come to mic one, come up here.
I'm here.
All right. So anyway, he's going to read a famous speech, and then so good luck. Here it is.
Good evening. This afternoon in this room, from this chair, I testified before the office of the independent counsel and the grand jury. I answered their questions truthfully, including questions about my private life, questions no American citizen would ever want to answer. Still, I must take complete responsibility for all my actions, both public and private, and that is why I'm speaking to you tonight. As you know, in a deposition in January, I was asked questions about my relationship with Monica Lewinsky. While my answers were legally accurate, I did not volunteer information. Indeed, I did have a relationship with Miss Lewinsky, that was not appropriate. In fact, it was wrong. It constituted a critical lapse in judgment and a personal failure on my part for which I solely and completely responsible. But I told the grand jury, and I say to you now, that at no time did I ask anyone to lie, to hide or destroy evidence, or to take any other lawful action. I know that my public comments and my silence about this matter gave a false impression. I misled people, including even my wife, who was kind of evil in a way. Okay, that's not in there, but I had to say that.
Nah, that's fine. You're doing great.
You want to keep going?
Well, there's the rest of it. It did block you out. No. Yeah, go on. That's it. That last few sentences.
Okay. I deeply regret that I can only tell you I was motivated by many factors. First, by a desire to protect myself from the embarrassment of my own conduct. I was also very concerned about protecting my family. The fact that these questions were being asked in a politically inspired lawsuit, which has since been dismissed, was a... Well, I can't read. I'm apparently...
Okay, what word?
I'm an idiot. Oh, it was a consideration too. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
That was last... All right, well, good job. Travis Clyburn, that was a speech of Bill Clinton admitting his wrongdoings with Monica Lewinsky, all that good stuff. It was funny. And good, I didn't expect a Bill Clinton impersonation. He had a little voice going.
It was a bad Bill Clinton impersonation.
Yeah, well, you tried. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, during the break, I'm going to get to the fan question right now. His name is Jared. He's seen your act before. He really likes you. He's a friend of yours, fan, I mean. And he wanted to know, are you taking your act on the road this summer? Are you going to various cities?
Oh, yeah. Starting in July, I'm going to hit the road. My plan is to do everywhere, pretty much. As far as the Midwest is, I want to hit New York, like Gotham and stuff like that, and then anywhere in between there, try to hit Cleveland, Columbus. But I've done Columbus before, never done Cleveland before. Then Indianapolis, probably, of course, Chicago. You got to Chicago, and I may go all the way as far as L.A. So yeah, I'm definitely hitting the road this summer.
Okay, L.A. Do you know what nightclubs in L.A. exactly, or you?
No, I'm sort of flying by the seat of my pants on this one.
Okay.
Which I don't have them 100% planned yet, but that will happen, and I'm looking for people to come with me.
Oh, okay.
So, if you're a comedian, or if you just want to go on a road trip, then yeah. Hit me
Do
up
it.
Yes.
Do it. All right. Well. Hopefully, hopefully get some good gigs out on the West Coast. Anyway, that was a question from Jared. Anyway, do you have any heroes in life?
In life?
Yeah. Well, in general, who do you have a hero?
Well, I think as far as comedy goes, I said Chris Farley.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey too. I mean, he's one of the mainstream greats.
Okay.
I'm also a big fan of George Carlin, who passed away not too long ago.
Yeah.
And like those people, as far as comedy goes, is who I try to idolize and stuff like that. But, yeah.
All right. Cool beans. All right. Well, I only got a few questions left, but I gotta know: do you have any shout-outs you want to give? Anyone at home listening, or anyone, just anything with shout out to? Go ahead.
Well, say hello to my girlfriend. How you doing, Lizzie? You doing okay? No? Okay. I'm embarrassing you now. Okay. And my mom and dad. How you doing? You guys doing good? Good? Sitting there by the computer? Yeah? Okay.
And that's it. Okay. A few shout-outs.
Oh, and thank you, Jared, for your question.
Yeah, thank you, Jared. Good for you. All right. I guess I got one more question for you, Justine. Is there anything I haven't asked you yet? Anything that's on your mind you want to share live on the radio? Anything at all? And be honest.
I don't know.
Any causes you might have?
Causes? I really, I don't have any that are really that close to me, as far as causes are. Definitely, like what I talked about, the education system in Ohio, I really am hardcore about improving education in America, because, I mean, America as a big superpower like we are, it's kind of crap that we're all kind of stupid. I mean,
well, you said it, I didn't, so that's
well, not all of us, just
okay.
A lot, but no, not really. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's sad. We shouldn't, or we're really lacking and really falling behind other countries and stuff like that. And that bugs me really bad. So, yep, and and lower tuition at college. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous is what it is.
Okay. Well, good answers. I think that's all I have for you. That's the conclusion of this interview with Travis Clyburn. Check out all of his websites. He's at YouTube with he's got MySpace. You can check him out at dated.myspace.com. Is it just Travis Clyburn at the end of the as your URL the MySpace?
It's Travis Clyburn, Clyburn.
Yes, you go Google him. He's an easy guy to find. He's gotten really popular in a short time. So just Google him and check him out in a town near you.
Be my friend.
Yes, do that. But Travis, thank you once again. Great interview. I had fun. That's a good speech. I'm glad you came, man. And now I want to end tonight's show. This is the final message of Ohio's on Fire. And since I was trying to deal with comedy, I want to talk to you about finding the funny things in life, trying to laugh. I know it sounds simple. You hear doctors all the time saying that laughter is the greatest medicine. It can cure you. Just watch a funny movie, funny show, or go to a comic store, go to one of those nightclubs and watch a comedian guy perform and forget about your problems. That is true for the most part. If you laugh at something really nice, it's a good time shared by all. However, I know some people, there's a lot of miserable people out there. They're either really depressed or maybe they live in a really bad neighborhood where it's a lot of drama goes on. It's tough to laugh at something. That could be really hard advice to take, to laugh at a show, to laugh at to find a humor in life. That can be really hard. I know I find it easy to find humor, but not a lot of people do not. I would suggest the following: if you're one of those people, if you have a hard time cheering up, or if you watch a comedy that doesn't make you laugh, you have a hard time being happy. Pretty much, if you're one of those people, I'm going to suggest 3 of the following things. First off is go see a therapist. You can go see one. You can see one for like a few weeks at a time, maybe a family therapist. Just tell them that you're not happy, and then maybe they'll help you out. That's what I've heard since I was a child. Just talk to a therapist. They'll give you a couch to sit on, and kind of like you see in all the movies. They'll give you a couch and a pillow. There'll be a nice little flashback saying how traumatic your life was, all that good stuff. Yeah, go see a therapist. The other thing would be to take a vacation. That's my second advice. Take a vacation from your normal life. Apparently, your surroundings is not making you happy. You go someplace by yourself. Save up some money. Go get a good job somewhere. And then save up your money. And then maybe go someplace by yourself, like Hawaii maybe. Or maybe go to Las Vegas and go to a comic strip and watch all these comedic performers perform. You can go to Las Vegas, go to Atlantic City, go to Cancun, Atlanta, Cleveland, Ohio. Just go somewhere out of the norm and plan it ahead of time. Because if you do it on the spur of the moment, that may not be good. The people in your life, they might wonder what happened to you. They might call the missing persons ad. You'll be on the news. You'll be on the side of every milk carton. Wonder what happened to you. You'll get people will get in those little mail things they get in the mail, little cards saying if a child or an adult's been missing since such and such. I get those every once in a while. Me and my grandparents. People do go missing. And if you do something on the spur of the moment, people might think you're missing. So if you're going to tell people, hey, I'm going away. I'm going on vacation. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me be. So that's the second advice I want to give you. And the third and final advice is try to become a comedian yourself. Actually make a career change. I know some people, you can't make money if you're a good comic. If you're a good comic, the thing is, eventually, if you write these jokes down, if you focus your mind, your energy on trying to be funny, most of the time, you will be funny. On top of that, take some classes. I know there's some classes over at Wally's Nightclub and other places throughout America. You can take courses on being comedic, or some DVD tutorials. But you actually focus your life on being funny. Eventually, you will cheer up. Because I'm a believer in being a product of your environment. And that happens to be true. If you want to cheer up, nothing will do that quicker than if you actually are a comic. If you actually do stand-up comedy for your life. And because what type of a comedic who is miserable all the time would want to be a comedic anyway? Who does that? That'd be so awful. Seeing someone that was miserable. I could see it now. Someone going on stage. I just want to let everyone know I hate my life. You people can go elsewhere and do your stupid jokes. I'm not funny. And then people start booing, and the guy, since he's miserable, he'll probably get agitated. He'll jump into the audience, start pounding on you. That could be a disaster. I don't know many comedics that are like that. Maybe, there might be a few. I don't know, maybe, I can't think of his name. He was that guy from the, Andrew Dice Clay, maybe him. I know he was kind of off the charts. But, other than him, for the most part, comedians, they're supposed to be good-spirited. When you're trying to think of something funny, at first it makes them laugh. Eventually, you gotta make other people laugh at that same joke. So that's the key. So that's my 3 advice. So go see a therapist, take a vacation, or become a comedian yourself. That's the 3 advice I have for you to cheer yourself up, to make your life a little bit better. You don't find any humor. And laughing at a good joke for a minute at a time burns 60 calories. Yes. Some good advice from Daniel Diesel. I got that from a website. I didn't come up with that myself. So there you go. With that was my final message. I think I am done for this week. I hope I did the best I possibly could. We did comedy. I am out of material. I can't do no more.